Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before I start, do anybody remember what a Game Boy Advance is? How about Nintendo 3DS? I don't know. I just wanted to start off the show a little differently. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review NXT Edition. I'm one of your hosts, Badguy Jack, and making her return. She had such a busy week. She was on, she was on Wednesday, she was on with the challenge. On Friday, she was on Friday Night SmackDown. On Saturday, she was on, Dark Side of the Ring review. And she made time for Tuesday night. Please, everybody, welcome back, Captain Shaysphere. Hey, hey!
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm great. That was an awesome episode, so I'm just excited to, break it down and talk about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was fun. I know last week you took some time off, but just real quick, what did you think about last week's episode, the debut of NXT 2.0?
I really liked it. I mean, I wasn't happy with one match because I felt like, why would you do that to LA Knight? Because he's, amazing. I do like Braun Breaker a lot, but why do we have to have him be LA Knight? It was very upsetting to me. And my
rough night for him.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Oh, and the wedding was obviously. That's why I wasn't here. I was at the wedding, duh. So,
She did that on purpose because I kept asking what was the dress, and I never got to see what the dress. But she was there, so I was glad that you was there and glad that you had a great time. And we are going to talk about Braun Breaker. I mean, he's so talented. I think that NXT 2.0 is. I love the idea of that. Oh, I like that they're bringing in these new faces, and some of them are going to be hit or miss. That's going to be the truth. Some of them are going to be hit and miss, but I can say Braun is definitely going to be. He's not going to be a miss. I'm sorry. What did you say?
He's a hit.
He's a hit. Something the Baja Man haven't had in years. And if you guys even remember who they are, God bless you.
I'm like, they really gave us a classic. Why would you do
well, one.
A classic.
Hey, listen, some people was never giving us anything. Like Santa Claus on the 25th of December when 1995. That's why I hate him. Bitch. So anyway, we're going to sit here and talk about Santa's an asshole. I hate him. So we're going to sit here and, no one wants to hear my trauma from 1995. So let's talk about NXT 2.0. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I want to give a big thank you before we start. We're going to get into the chat before we start. We got George. He says, what up, everyone? What up, George?
Hi, George.
Elvis says, hello, beautiful people.
He always starts with a compliment, and then he starts with his bull. Go ahead. Let's see what he has to say.
Don't start. Everyone's everyone's happy that you're back. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Who's that clown that you put as your profile, Cat?
You know what? No, I gotta say something.
Okay.
The clown?
That's
Teddy Long. Uh-huh. And just for you calling him a clown, you're going one-on-one with the Undertaker tonight.
Player. Because LA Knight is a dummy. Well, that's rude.
No, he isn't. And he's taller than you, so shut up.
Everyone's taller than Elvis. A newborn Smurf is taller than Elvis. Ciampa said that the NXT is the A show. It is the A show.
Honestly, that's his brand. Why would he not?
Why wouldn't he?
You're supposed to have pride in your brand. Like, you're going to say the wrong thing, even if it's not true.
NXT was pretty good tonight. I agree, George. George is an NXT guy and positive. That's what I'm talking about. We got this guy. He's so happy. Happy Faye Day. The Tribal Chief is the most beautiful, special, and inspirational, important woman ever. Just thought I'd remind you all. Thank you, Mike. No, you don't. Not that Teddy. Not Teddy.
I just changed my profile picture, didn't I?
So we have Ciampa. He comes out to the ring. He opens the show. He comes out with the NXT Championship. And there's a whole bunch of new guys. I could not get all these individuals' names. I just knew Braun Breaker was in there. Which hell of a name, Braun Breaker. He's in the ring. There's a bunch of other guys. Matter of fact, the guy who's our cover, I forgot his name. Joe Gracie, I think his name was. He was in there.
Gracie?
It was Gracie, right? He was in the ring.
Gracie, like the murderer?
The nice murderer, apparently. He's like very nice. He might stab you and then give you a hug. So quite the murdering case, huh? So he's in the ring. He's talking about NXT UK. UK. Oh my God. I'm sorry. There's so many NXTs. It's ridiculous. It's NXT 2.0 UK. Might be NXT in my backyard. I don't know. So he's talking about NXT 2.0. He's talking about how we got a new coat of paint. but it's still the same. The passion's still there. He's talking about how there's a lot of young guys who's hungry and chomping at the bits to get a shot at the NXT Championship. To which eventually, as he's talking, he's the champion. All eyes on him. And you have, I think first Cameron Grimes comes out. Because there's a few people come out. Cameron Grimes come out. He's flying. He's gloating. He's sitting there saying, all respects to you, but, I want a shot at you. LA Knight comes out, which, look, I know how much you like LA Knight. I'm not even trying to even take a shot at you. But he lost twice last week. He has literally nothing he can't talk. And that's not even because the man can talk.
I was gonna say, I was like, he can't talk.
He can't. He shouldn't be talking. In this moment, when he said, "Let me talk to you," I would have said, "No." Just no, sir. Please. Like, no. Then Pete Dunne comes out with his big bodyguard. I almost called him Sid Vicious, but Ridge Hollins. And this big giant melee happens. NXT really started off kind of on fire. Like, honestly, I like that. There was a little bit of talking, but there was this brawl. And I kind of like that because it was like, it showed how important that NXT championship is and how everyone wanted a piece of that. And everyone was willing to step over anybody to get a shot at the NXT championship. Captain, I've run my mouth long enough. What did you think about this segment? Give us your thoughts.
I feel like I've said this before. Even like I think they did this. So, anyways, I think they did this before, like a few weeks ago. And I said how much I love when everyone comes out and they're like, "I will tell this, this, and this," because it's like it gets you excited to see how many people are like chomping at the bit to get to the title, and it also makes the title look really prestigious. So I loved it. It was crazy. It was all over the place. They need to stop disrespecting LA Knight. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. Yeah, that's just my takeaway. But I love Ciampa. I love, he's so great, like, with his words. I feel like everything he said was correct. The way he said everything, perfect, just perfect. I'm really excited for how things are going so far with NXT 2.0.
It's funny when he said Mr.NXT, I wasn't sure who was going to come out, but I kind of thought, because when I think of Mr.NXT, I think of Johnny Gargano. You can pick your person because some people say, I know he's on the other team, but Adam Cole. There's a lot of people you can say, Finn Balor. So for me, and I know, I know. So like for Mr.NXT, I was thinking, oh, maybe Johnny come out and maybe they set something up or something, whatever. I know Bronson. Well, to me, I think Bronson Breakker is going to be the next person in line. But I was thinking, when he said Mr.NXT, I just thought, oh, maybe Johnny come out saying, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not the way this is going to go.
He's too busy trying to be a father. Leave that man alone.
He is great. That wedding was hilarious last week. It was hilarious when he said, Austin, where's the rings? And Austin said, we're in the ring, silly. I just said, I appreciate that.
Did you know Dexter Loomis's middle name? Are we just gonna swipe over that?
No. Oh, you mean Dexter Gaylord Loomis?
Why did we never know that was his middle name? It like caught me off guard. I was like,
I don't think anyone knew until the preacher said it, and I was just like, oh, okay. Just because no one knew that, and because honestly, everyone remembered Dexter. I bet. Do you remember what Endy's was?
No, because it wasn't as outrageous as Dexter's.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Before we get into the very next segment, because we see the chat's kind of lively going on. We got Anthony. That's my main man. What up, Anthony? He says, "What up? God bless both of you." Thank you, Anthony. He's a great guy. We got Jabba 1, 2, and 3 were in the ring. What, you cloned yourself and you was in the ring?
That's what I was doing.
We got George. He said, Braun Breaker looks like he wants a shot at the NXT Championship. I can say, yeah. Did you see last week when he stared at Tommaso Ciampa?
Tonight too. He like sexually looks at the title. It like. Hey!
No, hey, Damien. No, I was going to say like the way he looked at him, and it's not even the way he looked at him. I thought he was hungry. I didn't know what was going on.
I'm like, about to just paint myself gold. At this point, looking at this, I'm sorry,
the way he stared at him, like it was like a piece of steak. It was uncomfortable.
I knew it. I saw clips of it. It was great. I always loved Ruby. I think she's amazing. I'm happy that she's getting the spotlight that she deserves.
Nice. I'm trying to get to the chat. Okay, boom. That's what I need to do. We got Damien said no one was afraid to throw the first punch. Then the NXT champ did. That's right. There we go. Yes.
It's Ciampa.
Yes. Toxic attraction can poison me anytime. Take it from me.
Same. I agree. They're gorgeous. All of them.
They're pretty. Very, very pretty. All of them. So we got what was the next? Well, I mean, before we go into the next, I mean, because it was a match, but we had like a bunch of women fighting.
It was Amari Miller, it was B-Fab, and they were arguing with Lopez and Kaylee Ray.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So they were fighting, and basically there's probably ended up being matches later on in the night, as we knew it would be. Well, not Elektra Lopez and B-Fab, but you know what I mean.
Wait, is that true? Those are your thoughts about W changing Keith Lee's name to Keith Bearcat Lee. I don't think that's true.
I've heard some things about. I think because he did a dark match with it.
That's real. I thought he was joking. Really?
No, that's real. I mean, if he wants to pay homage to a former black wrestler, what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I just ask him. It's not like they just said do it. I'm sure he had some say in it, and that's fine. That's beautiful. If he wants to pay homage to all these black wrestlers,
oh, that's great.
Yeah. Just Bearcat between Keith and Lee. They didn't take the name away. It's just Bearcat.
He added a thing like Triple H the game. It was like I get what you're saying. It's like almost like another alias.
Right.
We got Anthony said, "Are you guys going to Survivor Series?" Not sure at the moment.
I'm not. Yeah, Sam. I'm to be determined.
To be determined. Thoughts on celebrities being used in sports entertainment? Does it add or subtract? I think it depends on how they're used.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought the way Bad Bunny. I'm sorry. I thought about my banking account, but Bad Bunny. He's I thought the way he was used was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good. Yep. Something like I think and we're gonna get back to NXT, but I did want to answer. Is like I thought Snooki. When she was at that WrestleMania, I'm sorry, I couldn't buy into it. I couldn't. That was one of the weaker ones. But there's a few where there was the dude who played. I can't think of his name, but the guy who plays the Green Arrow dude.
Stephen Amell. Yeah,
he was good. I thought he was good. So there's been a few where I have no problem, but it depends. My favorite one, if I can just have 2 seconds, it was in WCW. Will Sasso won against Bret Hart, and I loved it because he got his ass kicked. He didn't really get any. He got no offense in. Bret Hart mopped the floor with this dude. Bret Hart said, I'm the best there is, best there was, the best there ever will be. You're just some fat guy from Mad TV. And Bret Hart proceeded to beat the hell out of him. And I love that. Matter of fact, I'm going to look at that before I go to bed. I'm sorry, I got mad hyped about that. What about you, Cap? Do you have anything to say about it?
You mean like a celebrity? I mean, Stephen Amell, yeah. I like that one. I think he was really good at it. Like he caught on pretty well. If I could think of another, I can't really think of any others that really except for Bad Bunny. I did like that one. That's great.
That was good.
Yeah. The old one, not this one, not this diluted one.
So yeah, there was a bunch of women that fought, but then we got our first match: Roderick Strong against Kushida. Diamond Mine honestly has had no, and maybe I can't speak for because I'm pretty sure there's someone in the chat saying I like Diamond Mine, and in all respects to you, but Diamond Mine has done nothing. The music sucks. Matter of fact, I took notes to a lot of music I would listen to, and I would compare it to something I know. But Roderick Strong, and he's such a great talent, like really, 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 really good talent. And I thought it was a pretty okay match. I mean, I didn't hate the match. I didn't necessarily love the match. I thought there was a lot of holes between Roddy and Kushida. Kushida got obviously, yeah. I mean, I'm not even obvious. I mean, some of you guys might have not even seen NXT. You just came to see our pretty face and hear our review. But Kushida was outnumbered by Diamond Mine. I mean, beside the I can't. What are these brothers' name? What's their last name?
Creed.
The Creed brothers. The Creed brothers, and then this female who like he outnumbered, had stood no chance.
He Superman punched him.
She did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kushida didn't stand a chance. Poor Kushida. You know, Wade Barrett is happy because he feels Kushida was not a fighting champion and believed that he was just holding and ducking Roddy, which I gotta agree with the Englishman. And the title was taken from him by the better person, Roderick Strong, and his crappy music. And out comes Grayson. Was it Grayson Waller?
I love him.
Please talk about this guy with his stripper music.
Okay. He just gives me this like, I don't care, but I do care vibe, and the way he talks, like he's very good on the mic. I appreciate that, and I like his character. He has a great vibe to him, and I just love how he came out. Thank you. I just love how he came out and was like, "Yeah, I want a title shot. Period. Like I'm here, and this is what I want to do. And if you're not scared, do it." It was great. I loved it. I love him. That's it.
Elvis said, "What happened to your finger?" My finger swelled. Went to the doctor. They took the thing, took all this extra pulse out and everything, and I got no lollipop, so I'm very sad. Okay, thank you for asking. But yeah, Wallace, you know, he came out different tonight, you know, because he's like the goofball, right?
Yeah, he wasn't serious.
He was serious, and I was like, okay, all right, I'm with it. He talked about one the shot. He said my boy got attacked, but I'm here, and I mean, this is what NXT 2.0 is supposed to be. I mean, I don't think we have to keep saying 2.0. I mean, it's we get it. It's the updated version. I mean,
wait till right? I don't think they're gonna keep that up forever. Like that's just too much. Like
yeah, it becomes ridiculous after a while. I feel like, hey, did you like? You have an iPhone. I think we've all had iPhone. I mean, when they update, we don't say, "Hey, did you get the 14.6 update?" I mean, I'm not gonna say that. Did you get the update? That's it. Like it's at this rate, it's becoming ridiculous. Like NXT 2.0. But this is what NXT is supposed to be. I know a lot of people are they're scared of change, but I do dig that some of these new guys that I'm not familiar with, and it gives me an opportunity to see what these guys got. I think if they continued the old format, you know, a lot of these guys wouldn't have got a shot. Like right now, they still got the old guard or the guard that we knew, and now we got these new faces, and they're getting an opportunity. So I say good for Grayson Wallace, and I mean the music got to go. I think it got to be something else because I'm not gonna lie, I started like I was starting to go like starting to take my shirt off. I said, no, I'm not supposed to do that. So that was odd. We get an Tony. Was it Tony D'Angelo?
D'Angelo.
He's talking about he has another promo. He talks about I don't know. This guy seemed like he had some bodies. I mean, he was next to a body of water too. I was kind of concerned. I didn't know what was going on there. You know, I mean, like, what is his gimmick, right? Like, you saw his promo last week.
That's his gimmick. He's Tony Soprano. I mean, Soprano.
Oh, boy.
Yes, he is. You know he is.
He's Soprano. Well, the 2.0 version. Let's go with that.
Yeah, the 2.0 Tony Soprano.
Tony Soprano.
That would happen once they came into the restaurant, right?
I remember that. I remember that one episode, and then it just cut to black. So maybe that's what's gonna happen.
That was just so sick. I didn't even watch a show like that, but that was sick. Like that's just sick to do.
I know no one wants to have a ending like that. So we got Callie Ray against, what was it? I say A. Marie, but it's not A. Marie.
Callie Ray versus Amari Miller.
Please carry on, Captain. Lead the charge here.
This was just basically a squash match. I mean, Amari got very little offense. Again, this is pushing forward. Callie Ray is coming for that NXT Women's Championship, and she's building that momentum, which she is. And I honestly would not be upset if she was the one to dethrone Raquel at all.
Oh, you're for what Kaylee Ray?
I love Kaylee Ray. I think Raquel will be fine when she goes to the main roster. Listen, you know how Vince like big sweaty men. She's not a big
Me
sweaty
too.
man, but she is built, and he loves his built women. She will
Oh.
be fine when Vince gets his hands on her. She'll be 100% fine. Yes.
Well, she don't mean actually put.
You know what I mean, okay?
I'm sorry. After that Dark Side of the Ring episode, hey, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these words. Booyah.
So this was an interesting twist. I didn't see this one coming. Bobby Lashley and Omos in the ring at the same time. And the fans were going nuts, and the fans were behind Bobby Lashley. That was super impressive to me. And I thought they did this match very, very well with there being some turmoil outside the ring to try to make everybody still look strong. AJ Styles is about to beat Bobby Lashley, but Bobby ducks out the way, hits him with the spear 1, 2, 3. In the save face, they have Omos give him a double choke slam to still show that Omos is a vicious talent, but Bobby Lashley still looked like the freaking man in this match. Mm-hmm. I can't say enough about it. I thought it was done. All of it was done very well. Then you're hit by RKO. What more could you say? I'm excited about Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules. Ultimate fan, what about you?
Me too. I'm excited.
I always loved that commercial because like Chris get all the speaking in, and then the Ultimate Fan, like, well, yeah, I like, and then it just shut off. Like, good job, whoever made that commercial. Good job. Like, if anyone made a commercial like when they cut me off like that, they just gonna have to hear from my attorney. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Unpopular Review NXT edition. I'm the bad guy. Captain Shaysphere is back in action. Before we keep going any further, let's get to some of these chats. George said Malcolm Bivens needs to be released. I wouldn't go that far. I think he's doing a good job. What were you gonna say?
I love Malcolm. He's hilarious.
He is hilarious, actually. There was a video that happened with him, and it was funny. It was him and Dakota Kai, and they were doing that Nelly thing, was like when my butt getting big, and then he says, yeah, and then we're watching WWE Scooby Doo. I thought that was hilarious. He's actually really funny. Unpopular review: if Tessa Blanchard returned to wrestling for the U.S., which promotion do you think would gamble on her? Which promotion do you think suits her best? I don't think anyone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a hard question to really answer. Because of circumstances, obviously. But who do I think? I don't know. I mean, whoever wants her. That's the best answer I got. Even your thoughts was not Biggie. Was it? Even though Big E was not pinned in both matches on Raw, who is his next opponent? Oh, that's for you, Cap.
Oh, it's for me. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have said that. My apologies.
It's really hard to tell. Like, he has. I mean, he just been feuding with Roman really right now since he's won the title. So I mean, I don't really see right now who is going to be that person to step up to him yet. I'm sure they will rear their ugly head soon.
Anthony, my main man, Ant, he says, I think Raquel should retain next week and eventually in the future lose it to B-Fab. That's interesting. I didn't even think B-Fab. Because I think she's still a work in progress. I apologize, progress. But she should retain, but I don't know who she loses to. I mean, I think I had a thought of Xia Li, and I don't even know where she's at this point.
She's gone. That woman is gone. Stop this.
She's gone.
She's gone.
What do you want to bet that Finn will acknowledge Roman on Sunday? Finn stands no chance on Sunday.
I'm not betting you nothing. I don't do bets.
See, Elvis, stop making my co-host very upset.
First and foremost,
because you're pissing me off right about now, Elvis.
Yeah.
You know, no one wants to be pissed off, Elvis.
Also, I'd like to say, by the time B-Fab is 100% ready to take a title, Raquel would have already lost it by then. Yeah,
I agree to that. I think by the time she really starts, getting into that title picture, Raquel will probably be called up, or she had dropped the title by then. We got George. What will happen if Frankie Monet takes the NXT Women's Championship from Raquel next week? Oh man, I don't know. What happens? I have a bun. I will shave my hair, if that happens. I will shave all this. And this is like 3-4 years of growth. So I will shave it if that happens.
Greatness will happen. That's what will happen. Greatness will happen.
That's right. Oh, what you mean?
Frankie. But I'm a little scared for her right now because it's just a lot. It's a lot going on. There's a lot of women. I always get scared for my faves when there's like so much competition because it's like, oh my God, this is go either way, you know? But I trust they will take care of my boo no matter what.
Your boo?
It's my boo.
I like how you made him sound like Casper the Ghost, my boo. But we have a video talking about the friendship between, what was it, Brooke and Josh, how they became friends. So I just want a few minutes to talk about this because I thought this was freaking hilarious. So I've been to a few bars, I've been with some friends, had some drinks, never got into a bar fight. You know why I don't get into bar fight? Too damn pretty. Get a hit in the face, I'm screwed. That's done. I can't make I'm the pretty guy anymore. You know, no one wants to hear me because then I'm lying. But these two, Josh talks about, what is it? Yeah, I just lost the breakout tournament, so I went to grab a drink. Smart move, by the way, because sometimes after I leave work, I think about drinking. So he goes, he leaves, and I guess Brooke is there. They bumped into each other, and the two dudes start fighting. They start swinging at each other. There's a bar fight, and these guys are beating each other up. And Heather said, well, if a man ever hit me that hard, I got to give him respect. Now, I've been in a few fights in my life. I don't respect anyone after you punch me in the face because now you just try to make me ugly. I don't do the ugly. So I'm not shaking your hand. I mean, this one guy, he's a good guy. I hope you're doing all right. I know you're not watching, but I hope you're doing well. But, you know, these two are fighting. Now they're talking about shaking hands and stuff, and now they're tag team. And then they even talk, now the tag team division need to be on point. What do you mean you got to be on point? You lost last week. How am I going to take you seriously? I don't care what this video showed. You guys with the intro and you guys are raising your arm. Yeah, show the rest of the match. You got your ass kicked by Imperium. Don't you sit here and tell me that, we're going to be. No, you're lying. You're full crap. Shut the hell up. Captain, take over, please. Okay,
so to say that Badguy doesn't like the bar brawlers is an understatement. They were just kind of whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm not really that into it. It reminds me of like South Beach Toe. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that show. Like, it gave me that vibe. Like, it's very like raggedy type reality TV, very ratchet. Not my thing.
You know what? You make it sound like that show called Cheaters.
It's
with
like
the camera and everything.
They're telling a story and somehow, like, I know it's a show, but I'm like, you're just gonna show the clip of them fighting in the bar? How did you attain this?
Exactly. I didn't get that. And I love the phone footage because it looks so crappy, right? It looks so crappy. So when you see these guys swinging, and you know, because they're swinging so fast, the camera's catching it, and all you see is like a fist, and you see the whiff of the fist and stuff. All I'm just simply saying is, like, I don't get it. Like, if you hit me in the face, there's a good chance I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to be friends with you. There's a good chance. I might forgive you.
That's my best friend.
Yo.
That guy punched me in the face. That's my best friend. That's
basically. I know, right? Oh man, we're so cool. Hey, punch me again. What? What are you talking about? And then talk about the tag team is on watch out. Watch on what? You lost. Shut up.
Can we also now? I want to move on and talk about a true gentleman.
Oh, please talk about. I didn't get the names. Please talk about this. Yeah, yes, because I did like this. Go ahead.
Zion Quinn. And he's walking in with some really, really beautiful women, and he opens the door for them. He's letting them in. This guy tries to cut. He says, "Have some respect." Guy says, yes. "Chivalry is dead." He says he laughed, and that's a little scary because that's like those silent but deadly types. He smiles, he's laughing, he lets the ladies in, respectful to the end. And when he shuts that door, boom. And it's what he deserves. You always hold the door for a lady.
No, absolutely. Well, look, I mean, I'm the king of manners, you know, like and whatnot.
It's true.
But you never trust a guy with a leather coat and a tattoo on his neck because they will kill you. So I looked at this guy. The guy said, you know, that meant that was already 3 stabs in your heart. So this guy's a killer, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get a match next week with these guys.
I can't wait. I think that Zion has the look. He has the look. Oh my goodness. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me just calm myself. So what's the next segment?
We have this is one of your guys, Trey Baxter. He goes against Dante Chen, I think his name is. They did hype him up a little bit before.
The first Singaporean superstar. Yes.
Look at that. You're not even looking at notes. Damn, she's good. Look at that. Damn, she's good. She didn't even look. That's good. That's good. You want to talk about this a little bit? I do want to say Trey Baxter have WWE 2K music because that music sucks.
It is. He needs some better music. For
and
sure.
Dante, once again, I took notes, and I'm going to let Captain take over after this. I apologize for cutting you off. His music remind me of Castlevania, but carry on.
I've never seen that, so I can't.
It's a game. Oh, my God. We got to talk. But go ahead. I know. Go ahead.
Well, okay. For this match, it was like kind of introduction match. Usually introduction matches are pretty short and sweet. They kind of just show like, their strengths. Same with like Saray when she first came. It was like an introduction match. Boom, boom. It's a lot of moving around. They're showing you their good stuff to kind of get you like, wow. Mm-hmm. What was the wow for me for Dante was his finisher. I don't even know what to call that.
You know what it is? You know what it reminds me of? You remember TNA back in the day, Roxy Laveau? It was called the Voodoo Drop.
Yes! I'm sorry. I got really excited.
No, it's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Good job.
I'm so glad because I was like, it feels familiar, but I couldn't think of it. And I was like, have I seen this before? It was great.
It kind of reminded me of that and Gonza, because this thing was called the Wayne Clipper or something like that. Yeah. It's such a sit out. It's such a, it's like this, and then you're sitting out. So yeah, but it still looked pretty. It looked badass.
My spine literally shook looking at it, honestly.
Yeah, my spine said, ooh.
So Dante picks up the win I assumed he would. I was sad like when I saw Trey out there, like Trey Baxter, because he got the jobber entrance.
Intro, yeah. The Elvis.
Super mad. I was super mad because I'm like, no, not Trey. Like, remember Trey was.
You like Trey. You like him a lot.
He was one of my number one picks that I had within the breakout tournament. So I'm like, no. But if you want to like mix it in together, might as well. Yeah, I think they have something on the horizon for Trey.
Why don't we talk about that before we go into the next promo? Because I mean, let's combine it. He's pretty much he tastes defeat. Which I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It seemed like every time I've ever seen him, it seemed like he's always tastes defeat.
Yes.
But he's backstage. I didn't grab this lady's name. Did you?
It's Cora Jade.
Who?
Cora Jade.
Okay, Horror Jade.
Cora.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna call her Jade. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Cora Jade. Cora Jade. CORA.
Captain, please take over because I will not be yelled at. Wow, I sat here and was like, man, I miss her on Tuesdays only to get yelled at. Damn.
I said it very loud and clear. I know I have a tiny voice sometimes, but you heard it. Okay, so
you have a powerful tiny voice, though. Well, you said it was tiny. What do you want from me?
So Trey is sitting in the back. He's upset that he was defeated, and his spine hurts. And Cora,
I bet it does.
His girlfriend, who is his girlfriend in real life, I believe, she comes and she's like, "Oh, well, once I saw the guy, he looked like a superhero. I didn't really." She basically was saying the guy looked like he was gonna beat his ass. That's basically
exactly. See, I can't. No. Look, right here. I gotta throw it out here. Look, ladies. I gotta throw it out here, ladies. You can't go to your boyfriend and say, "Hey, look, you're just gonna lose anyway." Like, that's not what you do. Like, that's not. No guy would hear that. Like, oh well, I'm being honest. Well, yeah, well, it kind of hurt. Like, she pretty much said like, because the dude did have a pretty badass entrance, the gear stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Trey Baxter looked like what he remind me of? You know those things that eat out of garbage cans and they have these long tails? They're called they're not mice, they're called
rats. What? That's so mean.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. It's just
He's one of those people that needs a beard for sure.
A beard changes everything.
He looks so young. He looks like a baby.
He looks hungry.
You are mean. Anyway, so Cora says that. And then she basically is like, essentially what I took from what she said when she kissed him, because she kissed him, I was like, don't be mad because I'm your girlfriend, period. You're good. And let's go.
Oh.
That's what I got from it. She just like, oh, you're upset. That's it.
Yeah, no. He looked like a winner. He said superhero. Now watch him come out and be like one of the like Avengers.
ASH.
No, he's not going to be almost. He's going to be a never superhero. Like wasn't. At this rate, I just want to bring the Hurricane back and have Hurricane, Nikki, and apparently Trey Baxter. Like, Hurricane, Nikki Ash, and Ratman. And together they could just form like the Avenging Justice or whatever. I don't know. But it looked like he's going to. And you know what? I'll say this. All kidding aside, I think, like sometimes people don't like gimmicks. Nikki Ash gimmick was just not for me. It just didn't work for me. I dig the Hurricane. I digged it once upon a time. I don't know. Something about his delivery did it. So I'm just saying maybe this is good for Trey because I don't think him being Trey Baxter is working. And that's just me. I mean, I think there's some people. I don't know. What do you think, Cap? I just think that's not working. So him having like a little gimmick could help him out.
I think that, he is really talented. He has a great look, but he does need that extra little bit of sprinkle. And I'm sure he will find that sprinkle for sure. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I mean, obviously they have something planned if they're doing backstage segments with him. I don't know if maybe him
exactly
thing. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know they're a thing in real life, but I mean like a thing.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be really cool. I mean, you know what I think of? I think when I think of some of these gimmicks, right? Like one of the examples I could take, like the top of my head. Maybe a little bit before 2010, but this was like early TNA, so I'll say 2000 because TNA in the mid 2000 was awesome. I'm sorry, it was awesome. So Jay Lethal when he became Black Machismo, I just thought that was so cool, man. So cool. Like, and he became Jay Lethal again, and I don't think it was the same. I mean, maybe in ROH it'd been working, but I'm saying in TNA, him being Jay Lethal didn't work the same as Black Machismo. Like Black Machismo and the segments and the videos that they would have.
Stuff with Cal Val.
Oh my God! And then he said for whatever reason, Jake the Snake ruined my wedding, and I'm like, you don't even know him. What are you talking? Right? So Cal Val was supposed to be his Miss Elizabeth, and then she turned. I mean, after a while, it got kind of silly, but I'm just saying, I just think that helped him out so much. I really do. I want to get to some of the comments. We got George. He said, "What are your thoughts about Rhea Ripley, Nikki Ash winning the Women's Tag Team Championship against Natalya and Tamina last night?" Let's start with you, Cap. Because I think I know.
Really happy because I mean the titles were doing nothing. They were simply existing with Natalya and Tamina. I think that they are both really talented. Obviously, I think that they should always have respect in this business for everything that they've done, how they've guided so many women.
Yes.
But character-wise, they don't do it for me personally. So I just wasn't invested in the titles. So we needed to get it on someone who I can be more invested in, which is Rhea. I'm always invested in Rhea. Rhea is just a star. And then you have Nikki, and I like their dynamic. I really do. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I think they're probably going to be going into a program with Shotzi and Tegan, more than likely. Love it.
It's intriguing. I missed that, but seeing that they won the titles, I just said, and I don't want to. It's hard to sit here and blame the talent all the time. I mean, sometimes it's writing and all that stuff, but I'm admittedly, and I think Natalya is very underrated. Like I really do. I think she's very underrated. But you had to get those titles off them. I just think those belts just had no momentum. It didn't. I feel like even though they were champions, they lost all the time.
They did.
And that's just something you don't do. I don't think that's something you do with these titles. I love what they're doing. I mean, this is an NXT show, but I really do love what they're doing with Roman. I love that. I love how prestigious that belt felt. I had someone, there's a group chat that I'm in, and they said, "Oh, well, but Big E, he feels like." Because like wrestling fans, as soon as someone like win the title and they didn't pin someone, he's buried. That's just shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're an NXT show. We'll leave that to the Raw guys, but we're gonna take one more commercial break and we're gonna finish this NXT review. Let me see. Oh God, I missed all this up. Oh, okay. There's a commercial. Hey, there's a commercial, and it's gonna have some foul language, so it's fine.
Oh,
Mike. So when I heard that, I said, "Oh no," and I don't know why, dude. So like, I'm full of references. I'm sorry, I'm full of pop culture references, but Team Taz remind me of fucking the Super Friends from the 1960s and the Legion of Doom. They always had a plan, and the shit never went their way. Like the guys, they didn't even have the fucking Joker. They had the Riddler. Who the fuck picks the Riddler over the Joker? So I already knew this team was a failure. So you have these guys, and you know, Taz gets the bike. He says, "Don't you mention Team Taz? Don't you mention me?" You CM Punk had to say, "I didn't even mention him."
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, Taz?
Yeah, I had to say it. I bust out laughing. I said, hashtag fire Taz. I get it now. Like before, I was like, okay, I get it, whatever. But he's like the fucking Legion of Doom. And you don't want to be them. That's all. Taz is all.
Oh my God.
I like working with Big Daddy Cool. He has such a beautiful laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NXT. Unpopular review of NXT. I always mix it up. Whatever. You guys are used to it. Bad guy captain. We're going to finish talking about NXT. I do want to talk about this promo real quick. I didn't grab his last name, but I just know his name is Chase. He had a Chase University.
It's Andre Chase.
Andre Chase.
Chase University.
I'm already going to like, I know I'm going to like this guy. You excited? You know what? Ladies first. Go ahead. Talk about it.
I just loved it. He's funny as hell. He just was like dragging the hell out of Odyssey. It was so funny to me. And then Steve, you know what? Steve, how dare you? How dare you speak to him like that in his class?
Yeah, Steve is an asshole. I don't like Steve. He's huh?
Who did you ever beat?
He had a great point. Listen, I loved everything Andre Chase was talking about. He sat here and said, okay, well, look. This guy, Odyssey Jones, oh, yeah, oh, cool. Blah, blah. But meanwhile, he said, look at this. He had a pin, got too comfortable, got rolled up. He said, look at this. This is the face of a loser. I said, you know what? He has a point. I said, he has a valid point because he lost. Where's the lie? And where's Waldo? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? And then freaking Steve. Like, well, why? Steve, who are you? I don't even know you, but if I had a chance, I would wear steel-toe boots and wait for you to wear white sneakers, because white sneakers are delicate, and just step on your foot. Like I would do, and purposely leave my boot there and say, what are you going to do about it, Steve? Nothing. That's right. Step on your, and step on it twice, too. Matter of fact, you know what I would do to Steve? I would go to his house, ask politely, can I use his bathroom, and never flush, and leave. That'll show him.
Oh, this is dark.
Dark side of the ring. Dark side of the ring, baby.
Okay, well, this is a little scary. So let's move on to a safe space. Yes. I'm talking about Joe Gacy. Yes. He has his match with Cameron Grimes after they had their little disagreement in the big opener. I love this. And a lot of people were saying that he reminded them of Kevin Owens on Twitter, and it made me laugh.
Because his facial.
Yeah, I could kind of see it, but I kind of like this gimmick. It's like the ally. It's like the fake ally type gimmick. Like, he's like, oh, I don't like, toxic masculinity, all these things. It's pretty funny. I like it. I want to see where this goes. I really do.
It's funny, like this might be a stretch here, but I kind of think of like he's almost like Dexter Lumis, but nice and can talk, because he's like, oh, I don't want to do that, because he looks like he's like, I don't know why, I just think he owns a white van and he's just waiting to put a body in there. So I don't know what's going on, because Cameron Grimes, I mean, let's just get to the chase. Cameron Grimes gets the win over Joe Gracie. Joe Gracie is like trying to shake his hand and hug him, and Cameron Grimes push him, and he's like, yeah, all right, cool. So I don't know what's going on with this guy. I don't know who he's trying to be, but first off, he wrestled. Didn't he have like a collar shirt or some crap like that? Something like that. Like he had
dressed up. He's dressed in a way that makes you feel safe. He's creating a safe space.
I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning of his promo, I immediately didn't like him because I'm like, I came to watch wrestling, and this guy is like Oh, by the way, I don't really want to fight, and I don't want to hurt anybody. What are you doing here? I just didn't get what are you? I started. I did like this with my TV, like you know how Darth Vader does like that with people. I did like this. I started trying to choke him because I said no. I came for violence. I came for blood. What are you doing? But when he was in the ring. He did fight back. I mean, he didn't just sit here and just get his ass kicked. I mean, he got his ass kicked, but he at least fought before he got his ass completely kicked off.
Right. It wasn't just one-sided. He definitely put
no. And you know, I mean, I think we're gonna see a lot more of him. I just think he's gonna be at the bottom right now because there's a lot of more names ahead of him that you know. I know there's a few names I know I would want to do before him. Wow. But you get to just.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna let it lay. You put yourself out there. I wasn't even gonna say anything.
We're gonna move on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen, because this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna be disrespected on this show. But we have let's talk about it. Elektra Lopez
versus Anna Shear.
There we go.
Take over, Captain.
This was a squash match. This was like a match. The only purpose was to make Elektra Lopez look strong, and I feel like they got that across for sure. I mean, she looks like a force. Like if I could say like the best thing, like she looked like she's gonna do damage, and she beat this poor girl up. No, I feel so bad for her, but she got.
I didn't realize, and I mean to cut you off. I didn't realize how I don't want to say big. I'm trying to say, but you know, she was a pretty big girl. I didn't realize. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like she. I was looking at her and I was like, oh, she's looking a lot bigger than this girl right here. So, you know. But then again, she slammed. What's my man's name? Oh God. Not Trey Bax. I can't think of it. But the guy who won the breakout tournament.
Carmelo Hayes.
Thank you. Carmelo Hayes. Thank you. I heard you the first time. Got you. But yeah, it was a squash match, and it's to set up because you know she comes out with Legado del Fantasma. Now that I know how to say that, I say with some passion, baby. But you know, she comes out with her boys, and she called B-Fab some skinny ass, and B-Fab didn't. She said, "All right." Came from the crowd. They had their brawl. You got Hit Row trying to separate B-Fab, and you know, same thing with Del Fantasma. And next week we're gonna get a no disqualification match, which I think is gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a really fun match. I mean, I think a lot of people are invested in this storyline going on. So yeah, I thought, and like you said, Lopez, it was a squash match, and it was really just to, you know, just show her down. And plus, she had to get a big win. I remember her being in the ring one time before this. I just forget, and she lost. It was a losing effort. I think she went against Frankie.
It was either Frankie.
It was Frankie, I think.
It was one of those two, Frankie or Spray, 100%. I just don't know which one, but it's between those two for sure.
For sure. I bet it was Frankie though. I'm going to say and go that because I'm right.
Let's also talk about
it.
As we found out, which we kind of talked about, we touched on it earlier. It's going to be Raquel versus Frankie Monet next week on for the NXT Women's title. But what I was most excited about, we got another new face. I mean, I feel like it was just like new face after new face after new face. We have Lash Leggy. I think that's what she said. And she has a talk show now. So she just completely went boom to the next level. They gave her a talk show. And it's called Lashing Out with Lash Leggy. So I'm excited to see who she has the guest on this show, and I'm excited to see, you know, what she brings. She's gorgeous, so you know I'm already invested. I'm like, oh.
Well, apparently I lost because George said Elektra Lopez lost to Saray, so you was right. I give it to you. All right. I don't think you're right, George. I thought you was gonna be on my side. Nah, good job, George. But
Lash Leggy though. Lash Leggy, what do you think of her?
So when she came out, at first I was like, "Who's this?" So when she came out, and also too, she was pretty big too. Like
she's very tall, yeah.
She was very tall. So I'm interested in it because I'm intrigued by these new faces. So, like I said, some of these guys are gonna be hit or miss. I just have the open mind to go like, okay, let me see what this person brings, because you know, like I said, the old NXT, the way it was going, a lot of these guys, and we're now having a talk. when I don't remember NXT ever having a talk show. So it made me go like, let's see what happens here.
If they ever had a talk show on the show was when Kevin Owens was on that one episode.
Right. But he was a special.
It was special guest. But that's only
yeah.
had something like that on there. But yeah, this is the first time that it's their own brand. Yeah.
And these days can be really good or bad. There's been a bunch of them throughout the years, from the Piper's Pit to I forgot what Jericho called his.
Highlight reel.
The highlight reel. You had Edge, the Cutting Edge. Haha. That was so good. Like the name. I'm sorry, the name. But yeah, so the
dripping. What is it? Drip. What is the thing with
Johnny Drip? Johnny Drip. I hate that. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Let's not move on though.
I'm with it. Let's move on. I'm gonna let you get this whole segment because I know how big a fan. Toxic Attention.
Don't skip Odyssey.
Big losing Odyssey. Yeah, let's talk about him. Yes.
Yes, we have Odyssey Jones versus two unnamed people.
This reminds me. Okay, so let me be nerdy for a minute because I love video games, right? So I play beat 'em up games, and these two guys, we don't know their names. They remind me of like. So I play Street of Rage. So you're playing Axe, or you're walking down the street and you're just punching stuff and you're eating chicken off the floor, which is always confusing to me. Playing RPG, beat 'em up games, because that's disgusting. But whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? So boom, Odyssey's in the ring. He's fighting these two guys. These guys are trying to even. Odyssey has to be what? He's got to be over. He got to be over 300. He's a big dude. That's why when I saw him on 205 Live, I said, "What the hell's going on with 205 Live?" I said, maybe I missed something. It's just.
It's just an extra show for them to have people wrestle at this point.
They should just scrap. Honestly, at this rate, I just honestly think they should scrap the show. But maybe it's good for these people so they can get some time, and maybe I'm looking at it away. But
I think just use it solely to have people kind of like test out. It's for new faces for them to test out and kind of.
Yeah, because I saw women on that show and it just kind of threw me off. I was like, wow, because I remember the direction that they once had for the show. So, and once again, I do not watch that show. But when I saw him on there and stuff, but that's beside the point. But this boy, he's a big boy. So these guys didn't even put them together, didn't match his weight. And he's just having fun. He's beating these guys up. He's having a good time. Okay. And Andre Chase comes out, who I guess these are his students, which have completely failed Andre. Poor Andre. I bet one of them was Steve. You know what these guys were? Steve 1 and Steve 2. That's what it was.
Facing Odyssey next week.
And you know what? The big Chase is going to take out the last Odyssey, because you know what? He has the master plan. Look, Odyssey's a loser. He's a loser. Oh, look. Oh, he beat Andre. But look, that doesn't matter, because Andre's back. He has a university. What does Odyssey got? I'm waiting. I'll wait, but I don't have that content.
Gear. That's what he has. Checkered gear.
I'm not gonna lie. His gear. I agree with my man Wade. My eyes started bothering me. I said, "Oh, I might have to go back to the doctor." Because I didn't know. You too, right?
Yeah, it's super loud.
Yeah, I said, "Oh." I said, "Please." Matter of fact, I didn't know if I wanted to watch this or play checkers. I don't know what was going on. Good job. She's so great.
I just can't with you. All right, so now Toxic Attraction. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Like, that's the best I can say. I am obsessed. I love the vibe. They all delivered on the mic. I loved it, how they all got their chance to speak. And I'm excited. I hope they win. Like, they're supposed to have a tag match with Io and Zoe next week. I hope they win. I'm sorry, I really do, because I just am so. I bought into it. I'm completely invested, and they're gorgeous. I mean, oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with Gigi Dolan. Whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't dig the music. I thought that they had something really cool with the was it Marilyn Manson like kind of theme. I
Oh,
thought that was cool.
that was
But that's between those two, right? That's not all
no,
three
that's
of them.
just Gigi's music, like her solo music.
Oh, that's just Gigi. Oh, okay. Makes sense then. Because I heard this new music and I just said, what are we doing here? But you know, like, no, because I like themes. I like themes. That's why, there's a theme you might hear, and I'm not gonna lie, a good portion of music on my phone is wrestling themed. So when I heard it, I was just like, but right, that's Gigi. That makes sense. That makes sense because it's more fitting for her anyway.
Yeah, that's definitely her vibe for sure. But I do agree about the themes thing because I feel like that's the first thing that you see about a wrestler is their music. That's like the intro for them.
Oh man, when we first started doing the show together and whatever, I remember I was like, oh yeah, no, I kind of like the and admittedly they were generic themes. I admit it. Adam Cole's and Cal O'Reilly's theme, and admittedly they were generic, but like just still you want to like when you hear music, you kind of want to go like, oh, you pop, yeah, like, oh, so yeah, but I mean, they're gonna get a was it a title shot or was it just a match?
I believe it's a title shot because they had posted how there's 3 different title shots going on next week.
So it should be fun. It should be a fun match. I mean, you had the champs watching, and once again, Zoe sit here and go like, let's be friends and let's try to be a team. And it's like, no. Just flat out like, nah, I ain't with it. But then this other girl who, once again, you mentioned it. And this is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize because we don't have all the names. It's just hard to keep up with all these names because there was a whole bunch of new names. So every time we saw a face, it was a new one, and whatnot. Did you grab what this lady's name was?
What lady? There
was a lady backstage when it was Io and Zoe. And she said, well, we get winner.
She has curly hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, she's going to look it up. When we're looking it up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sit here and say, ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying this, we're on the 57-minute mark. But if you're enjoying this, please give us a like, love, and share. If you're on Facebook, give us a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us an angry face, whatever. If you're on YouTube, give us a like. Or was it a thumbs up? Hey, give us even a thumbs down. Whatever. What's her name?
Samantha Irvin.
Big Sam. We're gonna call it Big Sam. Big Sam was there. Beautiful. So it looks like she wants to get whoever is the winner of this match, which I think is cool because it just shows how important. Honestly, and I've said this before, I just think the NXT women tag team titles, I don't like a lot of belts. I don't like a lot of belts because I feel like then you don't know what to do. And sometimes there's not enough people in said division and whatnot. So sometimes that's but I feel like NXT has done a good job with the tag team, the women tag team title, the tag teams too, but the women tag team title. That's what I wanted to get at. And I guess that leads us to the main event. Let's do it. Let's get ready to take it home. But before we do, because there's been so many guys, you guys in the chat, let's see what's going on. So let's see. We got George earlier. He said Toxic Attraction remind me of Absolute. I do agree to that. I thought that too. Absolution with Paige, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. That's giving me those vibes. I agree. We got this Captain Shay. She has a thick Scottish accent, so her promos may be an issue. Ooh.
I think he's talking about Kaylee Ray, or is he talking about Gigi? I don't know where Gigi's from.
I don't think Gigi's Scottish, but I think it's Kaylee because Kaylee Ray is Scottish and she does have a.
I feel like she's figured out how to talk with even with the accent. I feel like she is very good at being having distinction behind her words. Everything is like everything comes with like vindication. Like it's great.
We got this. We said saying to you, Captain Shay, if Kelly Ray's moved to the main roster, she won't get promo time because of Scott's action. I don't think that's true though. I think they'll try. I mean, I really don't think so. I think if her talent get her over enough and whatever, like they're gonna give her promo time and stuff like that. I think she'll be. I want to say okay. Let me say this. I want to say she'll be fine on the main roster.
her accent is just as thick as Nikki ASH. So I mean, they let her talk all the time. So I think she'll be fine.
Odyssey should not win because he's a loser.
Right.
He's a loser. Did you not see the university?
Yes. Who'd you ever beat?
Yeah. We got this. Toxic Attraction is lit. Like a match.
Like a light.
Like a. We got. Odyssey reminds me of Mark Henry, so I doubt WWE creator will push him unless he proves something. He do remind me of Mark Henry because he's kind of got that same build, and then also too the hair, and then the tired. It do remind me of a young Mark Henry. It do.
If he reminds them of Mark Henry, why would they not push him? Mark Henry was pretty.
That's actually a fair question because they did, but it did take him a while to push Mark Henry too. I mean, it did, but they got him there.
Yeah, no, he had a lot of stuff that he did. But once he found his niche and what was right for him,
when he found that groove, yeah,
it was over. So I think Odyssey is a little bit ahead of him because he's already kind of found his niche. So I think he'll kind of hump over the awkward phase that Mark Henry had to deal with.
We got Toxic Attraction is not going to win the NXT. Ew. Yeah. George. I disagree with George. I think Toxic Attraction will win the NXT Women's Championship. All right. Okay. Oh, main man. I'm not much of a fan of Gigi, at least not yet. But I like Mandy Rose's new character. I'm excited to see. Yeah, I like the change. I think. Beside the hair color and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing where we go from there. Yeah. We got apparently they haven't come up Pink. Caden Carter and Casey will get involved in course. All right, because then they attacked them or something like that. Kate and Nikki Ash is more audible than Kaylee. Both have different regional accents. I was gonna say. I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I remember once upon a time reading how people didn't want to, not even people, but backstage, they didn't want to give Becky a chance to talk because they thought her accent was heavy. And I think she'll be fine. You got to give them a chance to see what they can do, So there's that. But let's talk about this main event, big time main event. Braun Breaker, Tommaso Ciampa against Pete Dunne, and I always want to call him Sid Vicious because he's such a body guy, and I almost call him Tom Hollins, but Ridge Hollins. We were watching a little bit of it, and it looked like a pretty good match. The only thing was they gave him 10 minutes. It wasn't a lot of time. Yeah. I think that was my only thing. It just didn't give him a lot of time. But it is what it is. But the job really for this match was to make Braun look like a threat, and Braun he really looked good. Last week when I saw him, I said, "Man, that looked like a Steiner. Like me, that he looked like a Steiner."
Ridge around there. Ridge is supposed to be the bodyguard for Pete.
Yeah. But I was gonna call him Sid because Sid was the bodyguard for Shawn Michaels. No,
he sounds so much like his uncle. It's actually
for real. He really did.
Bitch asses. I was like, oh my god.
I was waiting for him to say, "Give me the fucking mic."
It looks so much
he do sound like Scott. It's crazy though. I do see his father. I see it by looking at him. I can tell that's that's Rick. Because someone was saying, "Oh, that's Scott's son. That's Scott's son. No, that's Rick's son." But I was like, "That looked like Rick's son." But he sounded like Scott. And when you said bitches.
Huh? No, I'm saying he has Scott because obviously they're related, they're blood. But he looks like his father. But he sounds like Scott's son. 100%. He
do. He really do. I want to get into these chat. Get right here because Mike is here. He says hello to the both of us.
Hey,
hey Mike, how are you? Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in, brother. But we'll get to the chat before we go home. Even though technically we are home, but this match was really just to make Braun, give him a little bit more credibility, give him a little bit more momentum,
right.
And him lifting up, and I thought it was so cool because, Riggs is a big boy. He's maybe 6'3", and I always think of a young Brock. So I'm just saying he's got to be 260 or something like that, right? So for him to like lift him, like pick him up like this and just taunt this, and I mean, you can tell like it was kind of a struggle just to have him up there because he's a big boy. That's a big boy, and I love the finish. The only problem with that finish, he's not going to be able to hit that on everybody. So like, I mean, depending on how big they are. So do I see him hitting on Kyle O'Reilly, Tommaso Ciampa?
He's very strong. I saw on his Instagram he actually lifted 600 pounds.
Well, I mean,
stop it! I'm gonna stop you before you even start.
No, look,
Lies.
No, I'm not a liar. I'm just saying I just don't post stuff on Instagram. I just don't want to embarrass people. But I've lifted up 600 pounds. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It all requires is power. Look at that bomb. That's all. She's a hater. Just disgusting.
You just lie.
Unbelievable. I save you for Friday nights, and this is the thanks I get. But I thought the match was I thought the match was okay. Captain, what did you think? Give us your thoughts, please.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty, decent match for what it was, but the main part, it wasn't meant to be a match that really was going to be like, oh, did you see the match? It was meant to make Braun, what they wanted from the match was for you to say, did you see Braun? No, they didn't really care if you were like, did you see that match? They cared, did you see Braun Breaker? That's
yes.
for. That's what this match.
Matter of fact, before we get into the chats, I thought it was really cool because we mentioned his uncle a lot, Scott Steiner, who's like a hothead, right? But he did hit the Steiner recliner. I thought that was really cool because, it was a nice little call to like the Steiners. One of the things I said, like, I know the name don't mean a lot, but I thought it would have been cool if he kept Steiner in his name because it's just cool to be, oh, look, this is like the next generation. The same thing with Charlotte Flair. Like, if she's going to, I don't know how long she's going to keep that name at the moment, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it's cool when you see the next line of people. And I think it's cool if you keep that name going. Like, you don't cut it off. Just be like, oh, this is the next book. It is what it is. It's fine. I just thought it would have been cool to keep it. But it was cool to hit the Steiner recliner. And maybe he changed his finisher to, I know his father had the Bulldog as a finisher. But Scott, he had the Steiner screwdriver, which is a hell of a move, by the way. Very scary to take. I'd be scared to take that. But I agree with everything you said. It was really just to put more eyes on Braun. Braun, to me, is going to be, when you think about NXT past, like I said, you can say Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor. You can even say names like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. There's a lot of names you can pick. But for the 2.0 era, I'm saying keep your eyes on Braun. I mean, and not Braun Strowman, but Braun Breaker, because I think that guy has. I just think he has so much potential. Like I'm a say like I'm a diehard fan, but I'm sitting there going like, there's something with this guy, and this guy, and I think he can slightly talk. I mean, like when he said you bitches, I said, oh, that's Scott.
No, he can. He has this energy about him that is very similar to Scott. So it's kind of like it works because he has this young, new look. He has, he's a new guy. But
yes.
I was saying to one of my friends on tour, I was like, when I hear him, it's like nostalgia in my ear, and it makes me want.
I get what you mean.
Oh my God, is that Scott? It like instantly, I'm like, so it's perfect.
And that is the NXT review. We want to say, you guys, thank you for joining us. Let's get into some of these chats before we go home. And we're going to plug in some shows, but let's do the chat first. We got Mike says, Ron Shea, I still have goosebumps from last week's wedding. I don't. It sucked. No, it's actually a fun wedding. It was fun. I'm just joking. At the end of the match, Braun Breaker looked at the NXT Championship like a piece of pie. Yeah, and he was breathing very heavy. Anthony said, I really like Braun Breaker. He has a bright future. That's coming real quick. But his name is annoying for me, being a stutterer. Oh. That's all right. I mispronounce names all the time, so it's all right. Mike says he's fine. Glad to hear you're fine. That the 600 pounds is hard as fuck. That's
oh my gosh.
Mike, you can lift 600 pounds. Braun Breaker, could that?
Yeah, you kind of did what John Cena did. At some point, John Cena, he pulled out the, STF.
Yeah, he can switch it up. Absolutely, he can use it. I agree to that. Use a submission towards the guys he can't lift up safely. I agree to that. I agree.
Comment that I need to address.
Huh?
I see a comment that I need to address.
Uh-oh. could use.
Listen to me. Listen to me. What are you talking about right now? Because are we on the same planet? Because have we not heard the same news? Do we not like keep up with what's going on with society? Keith Lee has not been. How is he being wasted? He's been dealing with a life-threatening issue this entire
Absolutely.
time. Oh, okay. We'll just send Keith out there, and let him keel over because you are upset that you haven't seen him in a while. They're being safe with him. They don't want him to die. He has to figure out a new skill set.
He got to change his style. He got to change his style up. I'm glad you mentioned that because I remember us talking one time and you brought up to me, like I remember listening to his interview back and he said like it was so bad that just walking was dangerous for him. Right. So obviously now they're just taking their time with him. They're trying to figure it out. And just because we don't see him, don't mean they're just trying to figure out what's safe for him.
This is common knowledge at this point. So this is why this comment is just like perplexing to me. Keith is not being wasted.
No.
He's trying to live, essentially. He's trying to live.
Right.
If we give him a chance to be healthy, we will see him again.
I think, like, you know how they were talking about we had to figure out a show? Like, we might have to say Shay scrambles. Yell at people. No, but she has a valid point, and credit to you. But we're gonna credit. Let's get to some of these shows. I believe this is still on Mondays, but Mike Knox, he has a show. I think it's still on Mondays, but it's around the block. You can catch him. It's for the intelligent wrestling fans. You want to talk about this one right here?
Yes. Raw. We have Raw. I believe it's Stephen. Sorry, Steph.
Yes, Step by Step. No,
Yeah.
It's the executive consultant and the ultimate fan. I'm sorry. I know you know this one. Why? I know you know this one for a fact. Come on.
Oh my God! Is that the NXT show with the famous bad guy Jack and Captain Shaysphere?
Oh my God. Oh. Yes, it's the best show on all of UPR, but still tune into the other shows. Also on Tuesdays, they're having a Disney thing. I know that they recently. This is the old. They already did this, but on Tuesdays they review Disney. The villains, which sounded like a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys checked it out. It's a lot of on Wednesdays. There's a lot of stuff going on Wednesdays. Wednesday is Big Daddy Cool, and I believe the technician, Big Daddy Cool, is supposed to actually be there at Arthur Ashe, and I think I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. She's a. I'm messing with you. And also on Wednesdays, before they review All Elite, me, Vic, and C the Superior, we're going to review What If. I don't know what episode it is this Wednesday, but please tune in at 7:30. My co-host here, she has a show. She does a great job on this. I'd be catching it. Go ahead, talk about it, Kat.
This is The Challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies, specific season. They have different names. And it's me and Mike Knox. We will be going over there's a crazy thing going on tomorrow. There's a fight. So it's exciting. Yay, let's talk about a fight.
A fight?
A fight.
Oh, people love fights.
I do love fight, especially Finley.
Thursday, it's going to be a UPRE show. They're going to review a movie. It's not this, but there is a movie. Check it out. Just keep following Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. You'll get the updates. And also on Fridays, I believe this is Stefan's show, Step by Step. He will be on. I think it's going to be a guest. I'm not too sure who his host is, but he will be on for Friday. And on Saturday, there's a review for Invincible. It's the last one. That's going to be it's going to be a really good time. And we don't have it, but also on Saturday, we don't have the exact time. Well, there's a few things on Saturday. Let's talk about it. Boom. With Extreme Rules happening on Sunday, there's going to be a prediction show. We don't have the exact time. We're looking at between 2:30 3 p.m. And also on Saturday, once again, my cat right there, my co-host, she's there, and we are. What do you? It's going to be Dark Side of the Ring. Do you know what?
This is the episode for Chris Canyon.
Oh, that's going to be really sad.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of those are really sad anyway.
Dark Side of the Ring is always sad. It's never like, oh yay! It's just always sad.
It is. I mean, very. I mean, but as soon as I heard it, I was like, ooh, that's so sad. Oh man, thank you, Anthony. He says, love you both, the best duo, greatest is everything you do. Thank you so much. He's a great dude. I mean, I talk with him every now and then. He's very, very nice. He's a really great dude. Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate the kind words. We're trying to look at everybody in the chat. Boom. But I think that's all the reviews. We want to sit here and say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching us. Thank you. Hopefully we entertained you guys. We're getting ready to go home. I didn't get a chance to do this last week, so I'm going to sit here and look you. Oh, okay. Okay, they removed that. Boom. Okay, Kat, we're getting ready to go home. Any last words before we go home?
Love Toxic Attraction. That's it right now.
It was pretty simple. And also, ladies and gentlemen, damn, she's great. I'm the bad guy. She's the Captain Shaysphere. And we said, mwah! Good night, everybody. This thing didn't. What the fuck?